My journey began with months spent organizing the perfect week in Paris. I mean, I had a checklist for everything. The Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, the grandest museums, the most luxurious malls. Every hour was scheduled. My itinerary wasn't just a plan, it was a work of art, a masterpiece of tourist efficiency. I saw it all. Or, so I thought. But as I'm sitting here, packing my bags to leave, surrounded by souvenirs and photos, I've got this nagging feeling, a feeling that in my mad dash to see everything, I might have missed the one thing that truly matters. I saw the Paris from the postcards, but did I see the real Paris? I just can't shake it. What did I really miss? Join me as I retrace my steps through this incredible city, not to see what I saw, but to discover what I completely overlooked. Let's try to find the soul of Paris, together. My first day was all about the icons. It had to be. I was up with the sun and made a beeline for the Trocadero to get that classic, jaw-dropping shot of the Eiffel Tower. And yeah, it was spectacular. I took the elevator to the top, saw the city sprawl out beneath me, and felt like I was on top of the world. Later, I took a cruise down the Seine, gliding past centuries of history, with Notre Dame standing silent and resilient, and the ornate Pont Alexandre III gleaming in the sun. Check and check. But looking back, I was so focused on getting the perfect photo of the tower that I didn't even notice the elderly couple sharing a bench on the Champ de Mars, just soaking up the morning. I was so busy listening to the tour guide on the boat that I missed the sound of laughter from Parisians having a picnic on the riverbanks. They weren't doing Paris, they were just being in Paris. And that's it. That's what I missed. It wasn't a monument, but a moment. The unscripted, everyday life that happens in the shadow of these giants. The real magic wasn't just the view from the tower, it was the life happening all around it. Day 2 was for art. I dove headfirst into the Louvre. I fought the crowds for my 30 seconds with the Mona Lisa and stood in awe before the Winged Victory. It's a palace of human achievement, you really have to see it to believe it. After that, I hit the Musée d'Orsay, a stunning museum in an old railway station, to get my fill of the Impressionists. It was a blur of masterpieces, a total marathon of art history. But Paris's art isn't just locked away behind velvet ropes. I was in such a rush to get from one famous painting to the next that I totally missed the city's living galleries. I've since learned about the killer street art in neighborhoods like Belleville and the 13th arrondissement, where entire buildings are the canvases. I missed the smaller, more intimate museums, like the Musée de la Vie Romantique, a hidden gem tucked away in a quiet garden where the past feels alive, minus the crowds. I saw the art the whole world lines up for, but I missed the art that Paris creates for itself, the free-for-all masterpiece on its own streets. You can't go to Paris and not shop, right? At least, that's what I told myself on day 3. I walked the famous Champs-Élysées and gawked at the Belle Époque splendor of Galeries Lafayette. I mean, that glass dome is breathtaking, a true cathedral to consumerism. I window shopped on Rue de Rivoli and felt the buzz of high fashion. It was dazzling, sure. But was it really Paris? Thinking back, I was in a bubble that could have been in any major city. I missed the real deal. I could have spent my morning at a local market, like the Marché des Enfants Rouges, the oldest covered market in Paris, and sampled fresh cheese and Moroccan couscous right alongside the locals. I could have hunted for treasures in the vintage shops of La Marais or gotten lost in the massive flea market at Saint-Ouen. I bought some things, but I missed the chance to connect with the people who make and sell them. I missed the simple joy of buying a baguette from a baker who greets you with a cheerful bonjour, the smell of warm bread in the air. You just can't buy that in a department store. It's funny, isn't it? You can be in a place so full of life and still manage to miss its heartbeat. This whole thing is making me rethink how I travel. Have you ever felt this way on a trip? Let me know in the comments. And if you're enjoying this little journey of reflection, do me a favor and give this video a like and subscribe for more adventures. My 4th day was all about history. The Latin Quarter. I walked the same streets as Hemingway and Fitzgerald, saw the famous Shakespeare and Company bookstore, and admired the Pantheon. I stood before the tough and beautiful Notre Dame, trying to imagine all it has seen. I even made it to the Jardin du Luxembourg, ticking another big one off my list. But again, I was just a spectator. I saw the famous cafes, like Les Deux Magots, but I didn't actually sit there for an hour with nothing but a coffee and a book, just watching the world go by. I didn't treat the Jardin du Luxembourg like Parisians do, as their backyard, a place to sail toy boats, play chess, or just doze off in a sun-drenched chair. I was so focused on seeing the stage that I forgot to watch the play. I missed the chance to just be. To sit, to read, to think. To feel the intellectual, leisurely soul of the left bank, not just take its picture. Day 5, I climbed the hill to Montmartre. The view from the steps of the Sacré-Cœur is, no joke, one of the most stunning in Paris. That white dome against the sky is something I'll never forget. I wandered through the Place du Tertre, watching artists paint for tourists. I even found the super picturesque La Maison Rose, made famous by painters and Instagrammers. It was charming, exactly as I'd pictured. But Montmartre's real charm isn't just in its main square or its famous church. Its soul is in the quiet, cobbled backstreets, far from the crowds. I wish I had just gotten lost on purpose. I could have wandered down Rue Lamarck or found a hidden courtyard where the only sound was ivy rustling on the walls. I saw the version of Bohemian Montmartre that's for sale, but I missed the bohemian spirit that's still there, hiding in plain sight in little studios, quiet cafes, and winding streets where you can almost feel the ghosts of Picasso and Van Gogh. On my 6th day, my schedule pointed me to a unique Parisian experience: the Paris plages, the artificial beaches that pop up on the banks of the Seine in the summer. It's a cool concept, bringing a beach vacation right into the city. My plan was also to see one of the huge parks, like the Bois de Boulogne. But this kind of organized fun felt different from what I was starting to crave. What I really missed was stumbling upon Paris's green arteries by accident. I could have walked the Coulée Verte René Dumont, an elevated park on an old railway line that existed long before New York's High Line. Or I could have explored a local favorite like the Parc des Buttes Chaumont, with its dramatic cliffs, waterfall, and a temple on a hill. These are the places where Parisians actually go to escape. I missed that feeling of a path just unfolding in front of me, one that wasn't in any guidebook but was found completely on a whim. So here I am, last day, zipping up my suitcase. My perfectly planned week in Paris is over. And I'm still asking myself, what did I miss? It turns out, the answer isn't a place. It's not a museum or a shop I can stick on a map. What I missed was a mindset. An approach. The art of Flannery, that simple, beautiful act of just strolling aimlessly, of getting lost on purpose, of watching life happen without a checklist. I saw the Paris that's presented to the world, but I missed the Paris that whispers to you when you stop looking for it. It's in the quiet moment in a cafe, the friendly nod from a shopkeeper, the sound of a distant accordion down a cobblestone alley. It's in having the courage to put the map away and just walk. My trip was incredible, and I wouldn't trade the memories. But it taught me a huge lesson. The heart of a city isn't in its monuments, it's in its people and their everyday moments. So my advice to you, and a note to my future self, is this: by all means, see the Eiffel Tower. Go to the Louvre. But then, put the camera down. Get lost. Grab a seat. And just let Paris happen to you. What's your favorite, hidden, part of Paris, or any city? Share your stories below. I'd love to learn from your travels. Thanks for watching.
Waka Travels, your journey is our signature. Waka Travels.